Alright. Well, there's not much else to say. Not much else to do. I've kitted everyone out. Everyone's got their junk. Everyone's got their stuff on that they're gonna have on. I've thrown a lot of things over there. Wynn, do you even have anything to say?
What's on your mind?
I don't care. Alright, everyone's good. The dog got new war paint. I love this look on the dog. It's a great look. I kitted out a lot of people's enchantments. I'm gonna rock Duncan's sword for a while. I do have backups. I've got the Starfang. It's also beefed out. I've still got my Spellweaver. But this is not gonna ruin cutscenes. I like the design, like the red on green. Might take off my hat. For now, I'll leave it on because it's not bad. What does it give me? Yeah, just resistances. It's nothing special. But this is it. This is our finale. It hasn't been a year. Hasn't been close to a year. But we're gonna play Awakening after this. Probably take a small break. I'm probably gonna finish XCOM first, or whatever finish for that means. But I'm excited. Thanks to anybody who's been watching. I know I'm gonna say thanks again at the end, but yeah, it's been a long road playing one of my favorite games. Liliana, Logain, Morgan.
Indeed.
You are my final team. Actually, then in that case, if they're my final team, let me bring. Well, everyone's gonna get a spotlight. Yeah, let's just bring him. It doesn't matter.
Indeed.
I was gonna say I'll bring someone else in a second, but it's fine.
Indeed.
All right, to Redcliffe. We've done all the DLC. Nothing left to do. To Redcliffe. This is blocked off. You can't go straight to the castle anymore. As soon as you finish the Lands Meet, it starts the end game. So hopefully you didn't have nothing to do in Redcliffe Castle, although I don't think there is anything to do there. So should be fine regardless. Here we are, and this place. Oh, Redcliffe is also blocked off now. I should have said that too. Redcliffe is also now a no-no. No, 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 no. All right, let's go. Yeah, Redcliffe is now all kinds of messed up. I'm a ghost.
It's you. The Grey Warden.
Grey Warden ghost.
Andraste's mercy that you got here when you did. I thought for sure these monsters were going to get me.
Sorry, I saw a text. It was hilarious. What happened? Where's everyone?
They all fled to the castle this morning, before the Darkspawn arrived.
Oh, that's good that they fled.
I thought I could make it to my home and back before they got here, but it took me too long to get down here. What a relief you arrived.
Go. Are they Darkspawn at the castle?
By now, yes. They'd have reached the castle walls. I'm going to get out of here before any more of those things arrive. Thank you again.
Now, I think we have the power to go straight to the castle. But I think we have to fight off these... No, we have to fight off these baddies. So this is also one-hit kills. We've started the end game now, and this is what it looks like. Are you an actual enemy? Hold on. You are. You are for real enemy. And now you're for real dead. One-hit kills? I can't tell because you're not dying. You are. You are one-hit kills. Alright, I'm gonna switch up. Oh. Right, I took off my stuff that gives me extra dex. That's fine. So they're gonna get a ton of experience. Well, actually, it's not even a lot of experience. They drop like 16 at a time. It's a fun way to do the end game. Just kind of like make your player feel really powerful just by icing dudes left and right. It's fun. Do I have any other bows? Or is that my only bow that I kept on me? That'd be hilarious if it was. I think it's the only bow I kept on me. I only need one dex. Do I still have the gloves? think I still have the gloves I was using. I do. There you go. Bum 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 bum. There we go. We'll leave these on for now. Just so I can like kill dudes in one hit.
This should be easy enough. Let's get started. As you wish.
Pop.
Right, on.
It's just so much fun doing this. Here, let me help.
Right. Let's get started.
Gotcha.
On.
Gotcha.
This should be
Gotcha.
easy enough. Let's get started.
Pop.
This should be easy enough.
It's just hilarious to be icing them.
This should be easy enough. On.
Oh, you got him.
Let's get
Can I
started.
get him from here? Yep.
Survey.
Yeah, this is partially why I like the bow. Just because, like, especially this end game moment, just pop, 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 pop. It's hilarious.
Watch out. There's dark spawn over there.
This should be
Nope.
easy enough. As you wish.
Nope.
On. This should be easy enough.
Oh. Oh, I'm still loading up.
Let's get started. On. As you wish. Right. On.
Ooh.
As you wish. Let's get started. You had it coming. As you wish.
Well, there's 2 ogres here. Oh, you're gonna die. Oh, the emissary's still alive. That's no goo.
Right. Let's get started.
That is no goo. Alright.
Weapons at the ready. This should be easy enough. On. As you wish. Let's get started. This should be easy enough.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Next. As you wish. Get
Gotcha.
started.
Gotcha. There we go. Everyone's dying. Oops.
Well, aren't you?
Sorry. You're stepping on an ogre. Ogre.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I was crazy. I thought I remembered more enemies. There are not more enemies. Guys, come on. Taking forever. We got places to be. Nations to save. The world to save. We are technically saving the world. That is true. Yeah, that always feels like it's optional. Dun 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 dun. That's really all there is to it, though. I never find anybody there in terms of any villagers or anything like that, so I have to imagine that's pretty much it. It's gonna be a weird end game.
Dark spawn, straight ahead.
On.
Pop,
As you wish.
pop. It just feels good. It just feels good.
Right. This should be easy enough. As you wish. Let's get started.
Yeah, rogues are like, you can kill it as a rogue
Should
here.
be easy enough.
I feel like my mana class should be stronger.
Done with that one.
Oh,
Wish.
I don't have grease, do I? No. Okay, you guys hold off the way. Actually, this is perfect.
Let's get started.
Got him.
Wish. This should be easy enough.
Something actually too tough.
Let's get started.
Oh, you're alive. You shouldn't be alive.
As you wish.
See, there's more behind me, but I have to like block off the way now. Alright, they're gonna be over there. I'm gonna summon this here so that I can just let this loose and then I can take care of anything behind me. Jeez, yeah, they're not kidding. Alright, let's head into my inventory. Duncan sword. When you need a sword to be your friend, try Duncan sword.
On. As you wish. Let's get started. This should be easy enough. Right.
There we go.
Easy enough.
There we go.
On.
Slice.
Get started. As you wish.
Get him.
As you wish.
Yeah, ram him. Good show.
What shall I do?
Oh, it's not over. It's not ogre. Alright, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
On.
Let's finish this.
Buy me some time.
I'm ready.
Armed and dangerous. Ready for action.
Just need a little time. There we are. Oh, that's not enough time still. There you go. I turned it off way too prematurely.
This should be easy.
Alright, here we go.
On. As you wish. Let's get started.
Keep attacking.
As you wish. This should be easy.
Ah!
On. Let's get
Get him!
This should be easy.
Nice! Alright, I think that should be it. I'm in slow motion. What a battle. Yeah, Darkspawn really showed up.
My lord, you're here. Thank goodness.
My lord. Oh, shoot. I mean, it's pretty obvious what happened. Is everyone alright?
They are both inside with Riordan of the Grey Wardens, who arrived this morning, just ahead of the Darkspawn.
Riordan's supposed to be
News and
down south in Ostagar, though.
Watch for your arrival. Then we were attacked.
What's Riordan doing here?
I don't rightly know. Things happened so fast. I only know he was scouting in the south before he arrived.
Alright, hold on.
There might be stragglers, but you seem to have taken care of most of them out here. That's rather remarkable, really.
I just want to do this. Honestly, just that.
Unable to do that.
Just want to do that. Turn off the dumb things for when I go inside for the quest. Also, I didn't get to loot them. Soul Rod Bomb's pretty useful. Yeah, I didn't get to loot nobody. I think this is... Yeah, this is nothing. And then this Alpha, I didn't get the chance to look at either. That's fine. Darkspawn Longsword. Alright, we're fine. I gotta talk to him.
I was told to watch for your arrival, Warden. Your comrade Riordan arrived just ahead of the dark.
Take me inside, no more
I should take you
delays.
to the hall right away.
No more delays, I said. Just scream at him. Stop delaying me! Oh, I was drinking something.
To see you unharmed.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes, what a pleasure to see you again.
Darkspawn that attacked Redcliffe were relatively few in number.
Just the bear dropped dead.
It was assumed the Horde was marching in this direction.
Oh yeah, so the Horde's not here.
Riordan tells us that the bulk of the Horde is in fact heading towards Denerim. They are perhaps 2 days away.
It makes sense.
How so?
If something smart is leading the Darkspawn, their best bet is to just chop off Denerim.
As it were. I am quite certain.
Why did we think they were gonna come here? I mean, don't get me wrong, Redcliffe is the place to be that's currently holding off the southern force of Darkspawn, but why? Yeah.
The Darkspawn line is wide, and many of them roam away from the main Horde. Until now, most of them have been spotted here in the west.
Not to mention that our forces have been distracted by the civil war.
There is,
I
I'm
see.
afraid, one other piece of news that is of even greater concern.
What's that, Riordan?
The Archdemon has shown itself. The dragon
Oh,
is
snap.
the head of the Horde.
Make her preserve us.
I mean, we all knew this was
Won't be
coming.
able to reach Denerim within 2 days.
We must begin a forced march to the capital immediately with what we have. Denerim must be defended at all costs.
Well, the Archdemon's what's important. I'm gonna use my cunning score.
And only the Grey Wardens can defeat the Archdemon. That is why we must go.
Then we march, and hope the army collected here gives you the chance you need. Arleman, how long before the army can set out?
By daybreak, Your Majesty.
Then give the order. The longer we delay, the longer Denerim will be at the mercy of the Horde.
It's funny, when you make Alistair and Honora marry, Honora kind of takes over. like the scenes, I mean. Whereas if Alistair's king alone or Loghain is gone, Alistair's in the scene because he's still in your party. Like he insists on being still in the party if Loghain is dead. So Alistair's just somewhere right now, just somewhere. All right. So how do we defeat the Archdemon, by the way?
An excellent question.
Then you don't know. Of course not.
Alistair doesn't know either, by the way.
New recruits Duncan wouldn't have expected.
I will give the orders at once, and will notify you the moment we are ready to march.
Excellent.
Perhaps you and Loghain should meet me before you retire for the evening. There are things we need to speak of.
I will have someone show you to your rooms. I suggest you all get some rest while you can.
Man, I love Night Before the Battle. It might have been this game that instilled it in me, but I love Night Before the Battle. It's like the coolest feeling, just like everyone could die tomorrow, and you just gotta take it in. It's such a stellar moment in terms of a storytelling point of view. I love it. I love Night Before the Battles. Hey, you mean what's up?
Marrying Alistair to Honora would not have been my first choice. Still, it does keep the Theron
You suggested
as
it.
a fine ruler. So I suppose I owe you thanks, Warden. All of Ferelden does.
You're damn right you do. Shouldn't Alistair stay here?
He insists on going. How can I say no? I am
By saying no.
uneasy with the danger he puts
Oh,
himself in.
technically he's not with me. Yeah, this is the game doesn't really script it for these
He
type of
did not
situations.
conspire to leave the throne to Honora after all. But Alistair knows his duty. He will do what is best. Right now, he believes that is assisting you in contacting your allies.
Any other allies?
We have sent messengers to Orlais. With any luck, the Empress will send us
In a week, it'll be over in a
I
week.
think it entirely possible, however, that she has written...
That's
Ferelden
not
off
impossible,
as a lost
honestly.
cause,
We could lose here.
and will seek to defend her...
It's important to note that the Orlesian Grey Wardens, for the most
Grey
part,
Wardens of Orlais will be
like,
able to march.
they rode off Ferelden at this
We
point.
should not rely...
As soon as the Civil War started, they were like, yeah, well, let's just wait, because we can't save them and stop the Darkspawn. We need to shore up our defenses, because Ferelden's probably going to fall. Because most Blights spread pretty far when they happen. There have been 4 in recorded history. They spread pretty far. So it's not unlikely to think that we're done, and they're just using us to kill time.
And now Denerim is under assault by the Darkspawn.
Yeah. So Alistair's helping us contact allies. Remember, we have the dwarves, the elves, the
Grey
mages,
Warden, for all our
the
sake.
humans. We've got a pretty decent force of army right now. Hey, it's the dwarves. What up, man? What up?
What word have we from Orzammar? Has House Claret sent their men, or haven't they?
They're stalling, which is as good as a no.
House Claret's feud with House Romuald has flared up again since their son died in that Deep Roads business. So naturally, they're pleading the need for self-defense.
Huh. Fine time to start with that nonsense again. I've half a mind to... Evening to you, Grey Warden. I didn't realize you were still up and about.
Yeah. Any problem with the forces of the dwarves?
Nothing that can be dealt with now, I'm afraid. Just one of the houses being thicker than the stone that made them.
Once all of this blight business is done, there will be a reckoning in the Assembly.
They're probably half hoping we'll all wind up dead. That way they'll have one of the strongest forces left in Orzammar.
Enough to face the Darkspawn all on their own, I suppose? That's exactly the kind of half-arsed thinking that got us into the mess after Endrin passed.
It was our good fortune that you decided to go to Orzammar when you did, Grey Warden. For all that a surfacer needed our help, I expect we needed yours more.
Shouldn't you all be resting?
Resting? Who can rest after the march we had just getting here? You tall races have it so easy.
That and we're kept up thinking about
Yeah,
the
it's hard to
coming
sleep
battle.
with this, honestly.
Are things truly that...
Every time I have to, like...
And a chance of losing?
Every time I have something important to do in the morning, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get myself up on time, my body always gets me up out of anxiety. So never mind fighting a war where I could die. Yeah, listen. We gotta be the ones that win.
I hope you're right. Under the open sky is a terrible place to consider dying, that's for sure.
Right. Off to camp with both of you, and keep the drunkenness to a minimum.
To a minimum. Because they're gonna drink.
Pleasant evening to you, Grey Warden, and good fortune on the field of battle.
If they're gonna drink, that's not a question. They're going to drink. Alright, so the dwarves are here. That's pretty rad. There's something important they said. It's like, oh, Orlais could be here in a week. And it's like, if I didn't already know the story, it's like, yeah, technically this scripted sequence, if it wasn't a finale, quote unquote, like, this war could take days and weeks. That's not unreasonable. So all your regular party members are chilling down here. And there's your shop if you need any last minute shopping. Do I have enough health potions? I do. That's more than enough. What's up? You're a good dog. I'll see you on the battlefield, pupper. We'll teach him how to say goodbye one last time. I don't think I can level anybody up here. Oh, I can. No, no one needs to be leveled up. Shale?
I am listening.
Nothing. So no one really has any last dialogue here. There's going to be a moment for everyone to talk, but it's not right now.
I got a moment. Sure.
Leave now. Hey, Leniana.
Well, aren't you sweet and attentive?
Of course I am, but we should move on. Yeah, no one's got really anything to say. Nothing important anyways. So, we have to go upstairs. That's where our room is. I have Bowden here.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along.
Any rumors?
The Darkspawn have attacked Lothering. What happened? I wonder...
Dude, that was like months ago. That was almost a year ago. Alright, let's go. Hey, you just got that kill. Nice work. 1% of party damage. Putting it up, putting it up. I'm going to save right here. I'm going to keep this save back there, honestly. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make a save number 5. For the end game. And save number 1's going to stay the way it is. Who's in here? I think this is Logain's room. I can't open this. This is my bedroom. It's not open yet. Alright, Riordan, what's up? Oh, wait. This is my bedroom. Excuse me.
Let's see what this Riordan has to say.
Let's go. Hey, what's up, man?
You're both here. Good. Please know I assumed you had already been told. Otherwise, I would have told you this when you freed Denerim. I'm sorry.
I mean, that was a weird time to tell me anything.
Darkspawn taint will eventually mean our death. We do know this.
Yeah, I told Logain.
It's not that. I wish it were. Tell me, have you ever wondered why the Grey Wardens are needed to defeat the Darkspawn?
I have wondered that, yes. Yeah, it's never been explained, other than our expertise and our skill to sense them and our ability, and the taint, because of our skill and ability to sense them. Necessary might be an exaggeration. That's what Logain thought. I'm assuming it has something to do with the taint.
That is exactly what it involves. The Archdemon may be slain, as any other Darkspawn, but should any other than a Grey Warden do the slaying, it will not be enough. The essence of the beast will pass through the taint to the nearest Darkspawn and will be reborn anew in that body. The dragon is thus all but immortal. But if the Archdemon is slain by a Grey Warden, its essence travels into the Grey Warden instead.
And what happens to the Grey Warden?
The Darkspawn is an empty, soulless vessel, but a Grey Warden is not. The essence of the Archdemon is destroyed, and so is the Grey Warden.
The Grey Warden that kills the Archdemon perishes.
Yes. Without the Archdemon, the Blight ends. It is the only way.
So one of us has to die. And Alistair's out of the equation now. So Alistair, if all 3 of us in this room die during the fight, Alistair would have to do it. For story purposes. But right now, Alistair's king. He's not going to do it. Yeah. So hold on. I want to ask a lot of these questions. So there's no other way. One of us has to die.
As far as we know, the transfer of the Archdemon's essence is automatic. If one of us is not present when the killing blow is made, it is all for nothing. There is no other way. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
So this is an interesting lore topic because the lore is that the Darkspawn tunnel for the old gods and infect them with the taint, right? Or they awaken them and the old gods awaken to this wrath of the Darkspawn and they lead the Darkspawn, right? And further lore in the future, we'll hear about, oh, the old gods don't necessarily need to be associated with the taint, but this is essentially a soul, the dragon soul, right? If it is a dragon and so on. Right, based on the old god Tevinter legends and their religion, their old religion before their version of Andrastian and before their version of the Chantry showed up. Like, the idea is that their soul incarnates and the taint corrupts it, but also can act as a vessel because the taint is essentially infinite in its power. Like, a good example of what I'm trying to say is that when the Darkspawn have the taint, or when a human has the taint, they live forever. They live corrupted, and they don't eat, but they can essentially live for almost ever. So that type of corrupted power, even if it's gross and corrupted, sounds like it could be enough to hold the old god spirit, or the old god soul. But I guess a regular human mortal body wouldn't be enough. So that's why the body kind of dies. Even though we have the taint, it kind of just, it's a clash of souls. I guess because we have a soul. It's hard to kind of get more in depth about this without going into more lore that we know. So let's just ask the questions we have right now. Why is this a secret? Why doesn't anybody just know?
We keep it secret for the same reason the joining is kept secret. Who would become a Grey Warden if they knew the end that might await?
Lots of people.
And yet there must be Grey Wardens.
This is part of the Grey Wardens I never understood. Is the whole secrecy angle, because, like, lots of people would still do it. Like, there are a bunch of selfless, heroic people in the world. Not that we should take advantage of them, but there are people who would do anything to stop the worst thing that could happen to humanity. You know, and obviously making people do that in a Hunger Games style fashion, that's not cool. But someone volunteering to stop a catastrophe like this, it would happen. I mean, look at Final Fantasy X. The whole story behind that is the idea that there exists a way to kill Satan every 10 years, or their equivalent of Satan. And people line up, even though the way to do it is fatal for the user. For the person that is trying to use the secret magic to destroy Satan, temporarily even, it's fatal. It kills the user. But it's worth it. And I feel like that's part of a larger discussion that this game doesn't really go into, because the Grey Wardens have their secrecy and their own way of doing things. So, that is really it at the end of the day, that one of us has to die. And this is where Dragon Age's origins endings splinter off. Right, there's a whole bunch of things you can do that lead up to this moment, but the end state of this game is in such a way that somebody in this room can do it. Doesn't have to be you, doesn't have to be them. It's up to the three of us to kill this thing.
In Blight's past, when the time came, the eldest of the Grey Wardens would decide which amongst them would take that final blow. If possible, the final blow should be mine to make. I am the eldest, and the taint will not spare me much longer. But if I fail, the deed falls on you. The Blight must be stopped now, or it will destroy all of Ferelden before the rest of the Grey Wardens can assemble. Remember that. But enough. There will be much to do tomorrow, and little enough time to rest before it. I will let you return to your rooms.
Then this will be dealt with soon. One way or the other.
So it will. Let us hope it ends for the better.
So this puts a really interesting twist on the story, in which, obviously, if Alistair's here, he's like, oh man, this is depressing, but it still has to be done. And it makes sense for the Grey Wardens for the oldest person to decide. Number one, the wisest, most experienced. Simple. But also, like, you want to pick someone that's strong enough to do it, but old enough that, like, they're going to die anyway, so it's kind of okay. It's really dark thinking, but, like, when the chips are down, you kind of have to break it down like that.
You should get some sleep before morning.
So before we go to my room, I'm going to go hang out with Logain for just a second. I think there's dialogue I can talk to him about. Here we go. Is this open? No.
One life. After all this...
So yeah, Alistair is willing to do it.
Small thing to give up.
And if we talk to Logain, we'll kind of get more about it too. So he says it's a small thing to give up to see this land safe. Because he's a soldier. He's a career soldier. He's given a lot of his life up to save this country. One life? Imagine you told him, like, to stop the war between Orlais and Ferelden, or to end it in his favor. All it took was one person dying. Because one person dies in war all the time. There will be hundreds of people. When we march on Denerim in the morning, there will be hundreds of people that will die on the way there during the battle. And yet all it takes is one person dying specifically. It's so, like, it's an odd thing to think about.
If anyone should make this sacrifice, it ought to be me. Maker knows I have enough to atone for.
So yeah, Logain, when you bring him here, he's like, this is why I'm here. I'll just do it.
She's always been a very practical child. I'm sure she'll find a way to turn it to her political advantage. There is, however, no use worrying about what may be. We'll have to wait and see what comes.
So I love Logain because Logain's like, nah, it's fine. I'll do it. Like, of course I'll do it. Like, I'll atone for all my messed up stuff. Like, this is why I'm here. And if you argue with him, he's just like, no, what are you arguing about? It's me. If you are with Alistair and you're in a romance with him, he'll do it for you. He won't let you choose. If he's in the party, the moment you get the chance to decide who should do it, he'll do it for you, no discussion. There's like nothing you can do about it, which is kind of selfless, but like also it's like your autonomy. But yeah, Logain assumes it's like, yeah, I'll do it. Of course I'll do it. And you ask him about, like, what about your daughter? And he's like, oh, she'll be fine. She's a grown woman. She'll be fine. Morrigan?
Do not be
What's...
alarmed. It is only I.
Huh? Is everything okay?
I am well. 'Tis you who are in danger.
Me?
I have a plan, you see. A way out. The loop in your hole. I know what happens when the Archdemon dies. I know a Grey Warden must be sacrificed, and that sacrifice could be you. I have come to tell you that this does not need to be.
How do you know about this?
I know a great many things. How I know is not quite as important as what I am offering you, however. I offer a way out. A way out for all the Grey Wardens, that there need be no sacrifice. A ritual, performed on the eve of battle, in the dark of night.
Oh, what kind of... So, we'll just let the conversation play out. What kind of ritual are we talking about?
It is old magic, from a time before the Circle of Magi was created. Some might call it blood magic. But that is but a name. There is far more to fear in this world than names.
Where did you learn this? How did you figure this out?
From Flemeth, of course. I have known about it for some time.
So you knew about the sacrifice before Riordan knew. Before I knew, actually. Before I even left Flemeth's hut, you knew about this. You knew this would be the thing.
I did. Would you have believed me if I had been the one?
I would have, actually, yes.
I have my doubts.
Okay, well, I don't want to die. So, go ahead. What is it, at least? I want to hear it.
What I propose is this. Lay with me, here tonight, and from our joining, a child will be conceived. The child will bear the taint, and when the Archdemon is slain, its essence will seek the child like a beacon. At this early stage, the child can absorb that essence and not perish. The Archdemon is still destroyed with no Grey Warden dying in the process.
So, I like what I'm hearing so far. So this is funny. Because if you're already in a romance with Morrigan, It's just like, oh, this is the easiest thing in the world. The only catch is like, wait, what's gonna happen to this kid? What? So the idea is that since a child just conceived has its soul, oh God, this has a whole conversation now about where the soul begins and where life begins. But essentially, there is a vessel for life, and because it's still formative, like, along with some magic, assumedly, that Morrigan has also prepared for herself, a kid will be born with the soul of an old god inside them and the taint and not be destroyed. Like a perfect harmony at a formative time in the child's being. Right. And also, it should be noted that Grey Wardens are sterile. Well, not sterile. Like, it's a very low chance they can conceive a kid. So, assumedly, also to guarantee this, Morrigan has some other extra magic juice that will make sure you get it going for sure. So, you want to have my kid, is what you're saying. By the way, if you're a girl, this conversation becomes, hey, listen, we need to have a girl chat. I need you to convince either Alistair or Loghain to sleep with me. And it's like, it's such a conversation to have. You can convince them. And you can, right? And if you're like girlfriend with Alistair, this is kind of extra awkward. And like, you can convince them though. But it's a hell of a conversation to have. It's so funny to have it. But yes, so let's learn more about this. What is the catch? You're gonna have my kid. Right? That's the plan.
Think about what I offer you. The chance to avoid death. Or better yet, the chance to slay the archdemon and live as a hero.
That's true. No one has ever.
No
they all
Grey
die.
Warden has ever done this. In return, I conceive a child. One who will be born with the soul of an old...
This was like the most mysterious thing at the time when this game came out.
Allow me.
People were debating about what this meant for the future of the franchise.
Ever. The child will be mine to raise as I wish.
How do you know this is gonna work? Like, what, have you prepped for this?
This is what my mother intended when she sent me with you. She was the one who first gave me this ritual and told me of what I was meant to do.
This was Flemeth's plan the whole time.
This does not surprise you, does it? Did you not wonder why Flemeth saved your life? Why she aided you? This is why. What is important is that I am offering...
I just realized this is episode 66.
It will work, and it will save your life.
Deal with the devil. Interesting. I would like to know more about this.
As you wish.
So, the kid's not gonna live in pain or anything, right? This isn't gonna, hurt its future?
Ignoring that after but one night it could barely be called a child, no, it will not be hurt.
That's true.
It will be changed.
Okay, but, what is it? What... It's gonna be born with the taint and with the soul? Is that not bad? Is that okay?
Allow me to say that what I seek is the essence of the old god that once was, and not the dark forces that corrupted it. Some things are worth preserving in this world. Make of that what you will.
So, essentially we'll learn more about Morrigan in the future and the type of person she is, but she is actually very much a romantic about the natural forces of the world. And to her, in a way, to give you an idea, is that the Darkspawn have corrupted an old god's essence. This is magic that is now filtered through a legacy of corruption and taint. So to see that freed in some new form is worth it in Morgan's eyes. Whatever Flemeth wants with this is for future stuff. That's speculative as heck. Oh, also it's important to note that Alistair has to be convinced too that if this kid comes, will it be the heir to my throne? Because that's kind of important. And Morgan says, no, I don't care about that. I promise it won't be the heir to anything. Even though, because it's technically his first kid. So what are you going to do with the kid?
I do not wish to tell you.
I would like to know. Please.
The child will represent freedom. For an ancient power, a chance to be reborn apart from the taint. Is that not reason enough to do it? I will raise the child apart from the rest of society and teach it to respect that from which it came. Beyond that, you need know nothing else.
So no details. Just this is what I want to do. It's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit me. It's not going to hurt you in any way. I promise it won't hurt you in the future, as far as I know. This is just my arrangement. And if this is going to be my kid, am I ever going to see it?
No, you never will. This is all I ask in return for freeing you from the burden the Grey Wardens have placed upon you.
It is a burden, I agree. All right.
Then you have decided?
So if you talk about this point, I think she kind of goes more into it. So just for the sake of dialogue, this kind of sounds rude. It's like, you're not going to think I'm going to do this, right? I just want to hear where she goes with this. I want to hear more dialogue out of this. So yeah, let's continue.
Why? Because of Leliana? Do you truly believe that she would condemn you or any other Grey Warden to death when it could be avoided? Consider the possibility that Riordan may not be there to make the final blow as he plans. What then? Do you run away? Do you let Loghain take the blow instead? Allow him to die a hero and overshadow you? And what if he does not make it to the Archdemon? Would you truly choose death rather than lay with me for one night? Would you deny yourself the tomorrows and all its rewards?
So I believe if we say no, she either nopes out or asks if we can convince Loghain. I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, in my headcanon, I like to believe that I take 5 minutes and go grab Leliana and go, hey, listen, we're together, and that's great. I love it. Upstairs, I've had like 2 conversations with people. You need to be a part of this now. Because we're together, and our future's on the line, and like Morgan say I need to sleep with her, and I need you to know all of this. Just like for my anxiety. Because that's how I would be in real life. I would literally go up to my girlfriend and just be like, all right, no, we need to talk about this, because I'm not going to sleep with someone just to save myself, but also I'd like to save myself. So that's a whole conversation. And obviously, our character, even though I said it was kind of like an off-canon thing that I only did for the ring, for the plot ring that Morgan gives us, we've already slept with Morgan. Which leads into a bunch of different epilogue slides if you slept with Morgan once, but not at the end, and then only at the end, and then if you're her friend versus her romantic partner. And it's worth noting that as her romantic partner, this is a roller coaster of a relationship, because you go from casual intimacy to being really fun and cool with each other to kind of falling in love, to her telling you to end it because she doesn't want to be in love because she sees that as a weakness, to you kind of begrudgingly being together, but her obviously still loving you and you loving her, unless you broke up with her because she wanted you to, and in which case you kind of work your way back up to friends. And that's kind of where we are right now. We're just friends with her, but really good friends. And like at this point, it's like if you love her, you're like, oh, but I want this future with you, and she's like, no, this is mine. I'm going after this. We're done. Like I like you a lot, but we're done after this. So it's like it becomes a whole roller coaster. So for the sake of the story, and assuming we had that 5-minute conversation with Leliana as well, we are gonna go ahead and do this. And I should say, obviously, there were a lot of people that don't trust Morgan as a character back in the day that were like, no way, it sounds like blood magic, not gonna do it. Or they were role-playing, and they were like, oh, I'm not gonna do this, I don't trust Morgan, she's pragmatic and evil, right? But like, even without metagaming the data, like, I do trust Morgan. She's the type of person she is, but like, she's been relatively straight with us, and she's a good person deep down. She's been taught to be very conservative and pragmatic, but there's someone below that it's hard to explain it now when you haven't played Dragon Age Inquisition. But like, there really is more to her. If you haven't seen it already with my playthrough, like, Morgan is an in-depth character with a fantastic voice actress. So, let's do it. We've had our conversation. Let's do it.
A wise decision. Come to me then, and we shall make this last night together something to remember.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Wowzers. To quote Triple X, the things I'm going to do for my country, Oh, the sacrifices I have to make.